Good evening, guys. Oh my gosh. It's Sunday afternoon. Holy moly. I am emotionally, physically, mentally exhausted. Like exhausted. Beyond exhaustion. So I just wanted to know, can you relate to that? Can you relate to being exhausted? And can you relate to not wanting to ask for help, right? So and I hate asking for help, but I am going to ask for help tonight from you all for multiple things. I hate asking for help. I have had one heck of a 2 years, for sure, one heck of a month. Dad having a heart attack, dealing with my mom's house and trying to get all that cleaned out, a hoarder house. My ex-mother-in-law passing away last week. It's been a mess. I just got home from Kentucky today, and who I was supposed to have on Sunday night service tonight was Dr. Felice Gersh. Well, Dr. Gersh is having her own stressors go on, and I talked to her, and she was actually buckling up on an airplane as we were talking, and she had to cancel. So she's rescheduling because Dr. Gersh is fantastic. And she wrote this incredible book, PCOS SOS. And I told her, I said, don't worry about it. I know, today she had to cancel, and I get it because you know what? Things happen. And things happen. And I know all about that. I've had to do some things suddenly and, cancel things. But anyway, I'm worn out. I literally went to bed at 7:30 last night. I slept terrible. I bet I was up 6 or 7 times, not up, but woke up 6 or 7 times. I single-handedly, I'm going to share the post from yesterday at my mom's cleaning out. I cleaned out my mom's attic yesterday, single-handedly, 50 years of mess, filled up one huge roll-off dumpster. And then and we thought that was going to be plenty. The guys who were putting the carpet and the cabinets in there, but it wasn't. Now I have to have a second one coming that are to be delivered. That's going to have all the contents of the attic and the rest of the carpet. So anyway, I'm tired. One of the number one reasons that people go to the doctor's office or their healthcare provider is for fatigue, exhaustion. And that's the number one complaint that I get in the office is fatigue. I have a new patient tomorrow, and fatigue was their number one complaint. Now, there are multiple reasons for that, right? Some of us, we just don't rest, and I do rest. I do. Other people have got some metabolic issue, right? Their mitochondria may not be working very well. Their ATP may not. There's multiple reasons, but I am going to ask you all for help tonight. I'm going to ask you all for help, and I'm going to share what I'm going to put up here because I don't often ask for help. And I want you to know that, it's not easy for somebody like me to reach out and ask, okay, here's what I need from you all, but I'm going to. And you know that my life has been heck. And it's okay. That's life. Life is traumatic. Life is dramatic. Life is overwhelming. Life is life, right? So I'm not complaining about any of it. I think I'm handling it all in stride. But I also run a practice that I'm the only provider in. I wrote a book the last 18 months that got a publishing deal. That is, by the way, right here. And we're going to talk about this tonight. It's not released yet to the public, but this is a hardback copy, and there's no paper jacket. It's a hardback because that's what I wanted. And then my mom has Alzheimer's, and then things are a mess, right? So we all have stress, right? People pass away, things happen, health issues happen, all of this goes on. And so it was a big deal today when I was talking to Dr. Gersh on the phone. I literally was pulling back in Franklin from driving back as fast as I could to get here to get ready for this whenever we had to cancel. And I thought, well, what am I going to talk about? Or am I even going to do it? And I really wanted to just not do it. But I thought, I need my tribe's help. And here's what I need from you all. Number one, I want to tell you some really good things. Thursday night, we had our clinic crawl, which also exhausted me, by the way, because that was a big deal. For those of you all that were there, you saw what a production it was. And all the vendors, Mary Chabinko from Crunchy Makeup was there. Wendy Kelly, Scout and Cellar. Oh, Olivia Olive Oil. Holy cow, you talk about olive oil. Woo! They were there. Savory Spice Shop. All of our vendors, most of our vendors, not all of our vendors were there. Orthomolecular, Metagenics, Designs for Health, Megaspore. I mean, they all set up. Julie Durr Fitness was there. I mean, it was crazy. And we were supporting Dr. Bell, Dr. Ryden, and Lori Powell. They had never seen a turnout like this. You all turned out, showed up, and loved on me and loved on all the other providers. And I'm going to tell you, it was like nothing I've ever seen. I was so honored to be able to host that, to help these other providers. But that made me tired too. But you all were there and it was crazy. Yes, Mary, it was crazy busy. All right. For any of you that don't live here, people are always asking me, how can we help you, Dani? How can we help you? And I never know what to say. And so I came up with this today because I need your help. I have a book coming out November the 9th. November the 9th. Now, I also needed help today with my assistant that I've hired. And even though I think that sounds just so snotty, to type all these things in for me today with all of our links and stuff. And daggone it, it's our 18th anniversary, which I'm very happy for that. And she's gone out to eat tonight, so she can't. So I'll put it in the notes afterwards or in the comments. I need your help. This book is about a $75,000 project. Paying the ghostwriter, paying the photographer, paying the editor, the copywriter, the proofreader. I mean, it's about $75,000 and it hasn't even hit the market yet, right? It's on pre-order and I need you to pre-order the book. Number one, first and foremost, if you don't do anything else for me and my tribe and my office, I need you to order the book. And if that's all you do, that's incredible, because the chances of a book going New York Times bestseller for the first time author are slim to none, especially somebody they don't know. They don't know me. Slim to none. Wouldn't it be amazing if we took this number one status, either number one on Amazon, number one New York Times, that's the pinnacle, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, USA Today, New York Times. I mean, there's multiple ones. All right. I need you to order the book. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't know if I can or not. And I need you all to take pictures or whatever you need to do because I can't get it up there. I want it. But that's the number one. That's the first thing that I need. It's going to make great Christmas gifts. It's released November the 9th. Okay. That's huge. Now, so that's that. This book has to get on TV. It has to be in magazines. Like here's Paducah Life. I was in Paducah this weekend, so I bought Paducah Life because I need to have this article. I'm a Western Kentucky girl, and I need to have this in the book. I need you all right here. It's scrolling below to send an email to EA, executive assistant at DaniWilliamson.com. That's Angela Powell. Any connections you have, local magazines, right? Local TV shows, bookstores. I can go to any bookstore that's selling this book, right? So you need to ask your bookstores, order it, and do a book signing. Now, I can go to any book coffee shop, anybody's doctor's office. I can sell these books anywhere I want because I have to buy 2,500 of these books, right? Which is $18,000. So this whole project is about $100,000. The chances of making even 1 penny on this are slim to none, but it's possible. Okay. So I have to buy 2,500 books. I can sell those anywhere that I want. Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me? You all let me know if you can hear me. Hit your heart buttons if you can hear me. Hello? Can you hear me? All right. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know what happened. Maybe when I was sharing the screen, the sound went off. All right. I need every single when I shared the screen. Well, I have 2 more screens to share, so I'll tell you what it is ahead of time, and then I'll share it. Anyway, I can come to any bookstore. I need you to email Angela, EA at DaniWilliamson.com. Now, if I can afford to do it, I can fly anywhere I want and go do book signings on this book. But again, this is a very expensive venture, okay? But if you have a local magazine where you live that you think would love, to do an article on common sense, practical medicine right here, then you need to send us the contact information, who we need to get in touch with. We have a whole press kit we're building, right? So it's my biography, the abstract of the book, what the book is about, my pictures, my social media info, everything. There's a whole lot involved in this, but I have to have you all to make it work. And also have to have a launch team. If you are interested in being on my launch team, okay? Now, as a rule, these are people who have a pretty big following on social media to be on the launch team, but it doesn't have to be, all right? I can pick as many people as I want, 500 people to be on it, meaning you'll get a book, you'll read the book, you will promote the book, and then as soon as November the 9th hits, you can review the book. There are no reviews on Amazon because you can't review a book before it comes out. So you actually have to buy the book, which we're going to have the ebook coming out. If you want to be on the launch team, send Angela an email, and we're going to have a separate email for that and a separate team to help launch this book. I don't have a publicist. Publicists are about $5,000 a month. I can't afford that. If you're paying about $100,000 to write a book, which, by the way, anyone who's wrote a book, Dr. Walls, Dr. Gersh right here, they've got 75 to 100 grand in a book. Always know that. People don't do this. And it's very expensive to write a book. So I need to be in all your favorite places. If you have a favorite store that you want us in, you've got to email Angela, okay? You have to. This is what's going to take a huge load off of me. If this week, the next couple of weeks, we have a list 500 places long that we need to get out in touch with. Who are your favorite podcasts? Do you have any friends who do a podcast? They don't have to have 5 million people listening or 10 million like Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan's on my list, but I will go on anybody's podcast, period, because this book is for the common sense, practical person, the person that is just like you and me, who's gone through life, been told that everything's okay, and their labs are normal and they can't figure out why they don't feel well. I will go on anybody's podcast. I will go locally for sure, Kentucky, Tennessee, wherever I can go. It's not about numbers. Now it is, because it sure would be nice to be able to pay for this. I have to pay $18,000 to buy 2,500 books. before I can get the books to put in my office and all that, I have to pay for those books. Well, yeah, it'd be nice to make that money back, right? But at least break even. But it's not about that. I believe if you do the right thing and you help as many people as you can help, the finances will take care of themselves. That's how I've always built my practice, and it has worked so far. So all that being said, you guys this book is dedicated to all of you. You all are in this book. In fact, I will read you a little bit of the dedication where it talks about you all right here. My tribe. It is dedicated to Jackson and Ella. It says, "You're my heart and my soul. I'm honored to be your mama. Stay wild and well, my loves." Okay. So then acknowledgments. And it says, so there's Michael Hyatt, to my community in Middle Tennessee and around the world that show up, show out, and share your life with me. And then it goes on and on and on. I mean, there's all kinds of things in here, but hang in there, ladies and gentlemen, because the best is yet to come. You got this. Stay wild and well. Okay. That being said, that's what I need. You know what I need? There we go. Leanne Morgan's going to do a huge shout out. In fact, she and I were talking today. So I'm real excited about that, Abby. So she will shout out. Florida Georgia Line will shout out. Haley Williams of Paramore will shout out. I mean, but that's just a blip. That's just a blip. I need continual shout outs the week of November the 9th. The week of November the 9th. Pre-orders are huge, but they really look at going that #1 status the week the book is released. Okay, so pre-orders, yes, those are huge. But when the book's released, we got to really, really, really push it out there to every single one of your Facebook communities. Because, again, I'm not going to be making shit tons of money on this and taking off and going to Greece. I may be going to Greece, but it's not from the proceeds of this book. I can dang sure tell you that. I mean, good Lord, I'd have to go New York Times bestseller 20 times to pay for this book. But I am so honored that I followed my dream, which was to write a book. And every single one of you can do it, whatever your dream is. It may be to climb, Everest. It may be it could be anything. Just start doing it. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's how that book was done right there. Through 11 years of being in a practice and working and raising kids, little by little, I got things done. And guess what? I got it right here. Can you imagine? All right. Okay. Now, that's one way. Now, if I'm going to lose sound, so I need you to order the book on Amazon. That's huge. I need you to send the email. That's huge. I need you to go follow our YouTube channel. Okay. I need you to subscribe to it. And I need you to click the bell in the upper corner. I don't know if I'll be able to show you that. That's so you'll know when a new YouTube video comes up. I've only got like 1,500 followers on YouTube, and I need about 1.5 million apparently. I'm just a kid from Gilbertsville. What the heck do I know? All right, I'm going to show you the screen. I'm going to show you what our YouTube channel looks like, and I need every single one of you to go subscribe to our channel after this is over with, not right now. I'm going to show it to you. You probably can't hear me then. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. Every video known to man is on there, all right? Every video I've ever done, Sunday night service, is on our YouTube channel. I need every single one of you, and again, I won't know if you subscribe or not when this is over, to go to YouTube and follow us. Okay. And subscribe to us and click the bell button. It's in the upper corner so that you will be notified on Monday mornings when Sunday night service is transferred over to YouTube every single Monday morning. Now, here we go. And then we're going to get into some things that I'm doing. What's my favorite books I'm reading right now and all that. But I just need your help. And I don't know how to do it other than just straight up ask for it. Now, the next one is, let me find it. Holy cow. Hang on a second. I need every single one of you to, and even if you don't like me, but I can't imagine that you're watching me if you don't like me. I need you to review us, right? Because that's how publishers look at that. Well, I already have a publisher. Bookstores look at that. Do I have good reviews online? Am I some quack case out there? I'm going to show you off of our website. I'm going to show you some things. We have an amazing website that has my Inflammation is the Devil course on it. It's got all of our stores on it, Crunchies on there, my personal store, all the things are on there. Oh, good Lord. It's got everything on there. Classes when we're having classes in the office, but there's a review us button. Google, Health Grades, Yelp, Facebook. You can type up a review and you can copy and paste it onto all four of those. Every review helps, even if you're not crazy about me. I mean, I'm okay with honesty, right? If you don't like the book, you need to put an honest review on Amazon. That's okay. Those things hurt. They sting, but I'm all about that. Thank you, Betty, for pre-ordering the book. Now, I'm going to show you how to review us, and I'm going to go over a couple things on Facebook. On our website, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, so I'm going to share the screen now. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? That's what I need. Don't do it right now. Don't leave because you're getting ready to miss some great stuff that I'm doing. I need you to review us. Now, you don't have to be a patient, right? Because we have a supplement store. I have a Facebook Live I do on Sunday nights. I have lots of things I do for free, all that. You can just review us. And, if you don't like what I do, then say it. I'm a big girl. I got my big girl panties on. I can handle it. But we need as many reviews as possible. Yelp, Google's the big one, of course. Facebook is a big one as well. Actually, we have Integrated Family Medicine and Dani Williamson Wellness. So both of those. But all of that being said, that's how I need your help. Somebody can type it. Abby, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate you. Well, you know, it's not rocket science, and I really do try to break it down to where people can understand it. And honestly, that I can understand it, because I can't understand half of this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. We make it so complicated, don't we? Okay, how are you going to help me? Number one, what are we going to do? We're going to email Angela, ea@daniwilliamson.com. Let her know anywhere that you want me to go to promote this book. If I can come to your hometown, I'm going to Heath, Ohio. I've already got that set up with Derek Myers, Derek Myers, chiropractor, who used to be in with me. I'm going to Heath, Ohio, doing a book signing. I'm going to Parcells Deli in Paducah, or in Draftonville, Kentucky. I'm going to Barbecue and More in Paducah. I'm going to Savory Spice Shop here. Olivia Olive Oil wants me there. I mean, I've got things set up, but I want to go out of town. All right. So I need you to email that. TV. I shine in front of a TV. All right. And then go review us. All right. Go sign up, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's how I need your help. I'm exhausted emotionally, mentally, physically, not spiritually, not sexually. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm not having sex, so who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe it's a good break. There's no man, there's no nothing. But anyway, if I had a man in my life, I probably would not have all the energy to do what I'm doing right now. So anyway, all that being said, guys, that's that. So I appreciate your help. Now, I'm going to show you something. You want to know why we're in the state we're in right now? Yes, this too shall pass, Elizabeth. I don't know if you're talking about no man or the stress I'm under. I'm not quite sure, but yes, I'm sure it'll all pass. Oh, Lord, Liz, I love you. Okay, listen, I was at home in Gilbertsville, Kentucky this weekend, staying at my dad's, and this was in the mailbox from Food Giant, right? So Food Giant is employee owners serving you better. That's what we have in Calvert City, Food Giant. All right, as I'm going through this ad, I want you all to pay attention when you get these ads in. There are three fresh fruits and vegetables on this ad out of 4 pages and a little insert thing. There's GMO corn right there. GMO corn, not organic, not heirloom. Pesticide-ridden peaches right there. Oops, there we go. Not organic. And the number 1 on the list, strawberries on the Dirty Dozen right here. 2 for $5, $2.50. That's a big deal. Actually, it's a pound of strawberries for $2.50. Yeah, that's great. But it's also loaded with Roundup, glyphosate, every pesticide known to man. It's number 1 on the environmental working group. That's the only fresh food that are in these 4 pages. Everything else is packaged, processed, bagged, canned, tube, fake, man-made food. I mean, I am irritated as heck at this. My friend Holly was over at the house. I'm trying to pull myself up on my phone. Was over at my house with me this morning. And I was like, you got to look at this. She said, yeah, I know. Ice cream, orange juice, Kraft packaged cheese, Red Baron pizza, Hungry Man meals. I mean, all these frozen meals, Gatorade, Pop-Tarts 2 for $5. No wonder we are in the mess we are in, right? No wonder we're in the mess we're in. Irritates the crap out of me. This is what we're selling people for dirt cheap, right? Ragu sauce, 2 for $3. Now, there was a season, Kool-Aid, 2 for $3. There was a season that this is what I bought. I mean, years. I'm talking more than a season, years, because I didn't know any better. But once you know better, you have to do better. I can't find my Aldi's ad, but Aldi's outshines this place like there's no tomorrow. I mean, shame on you, Food Giant, is all I can say. Shame on you. I get it that this is what sells, but man, you need to do better. You need to do better. Cokes, 5 for $5, Pepsi, 4 for $11, 12 pack of A&W root beer, which actually I craved like crazy when I was pregnant with Jackson 25 years ago. And that's what I drank was A&W root beer and Arby's roast beef. If I ate an Arby's roast beef sandwich today, I think I'd be in the hospital. I'd be in the hospital. And I haven't been in the hospital since Ella was born. Anyway, this is what we're feeding our people. We can't do that. This is the summertime. Please, please, please go meet your farmer. Go find your farmer and learn how to cook. One ingredient food. People ask me all the time, Dani, what is a one ingredient food? What are you talking about when you are talking about one ingredient foods? I'm talking about one ingredient. Now, I just got home and I can't go grab stuff on my refrigerator, but a piece of cabbage, a cauliflower, a piece of salmon, a steak, a burger, right? Lettuce, avocados. That's one ingredient. And then you put it all together. This guy right here. So I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite cookbooks. I don't use a lot of cookbooks anymore because I cook one ingredient food and I keep it real simple. But Bobby Parrish is Flav City on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. He does what I do at a gazillion times more level. He's not a nurse practitioner. He goes to grocery stores, Aldi's and Costco and Trader Joe's and tells you what's good, what's bad. Dollar store, Dollar Tree. You can find some decent food there. Not fresh, but you can find some things. This cookbook is a 5-ingredient cookbook. I ordered it. I love it. I love following him. He is on my phone right here on Instagram and YouTube. I have it set up to where he has just like what I asked you all to do about me. When he has a new video come out every week, I get a notice that pops down from the top. Flav City has a new Costco finds. Aldi's finds. You will learn so much from him, way more than you will me, because his entire world is built around helping you find food that is safe and clean and as little ingredients as possible. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a great book. This cookbook, okay, so y'all need to take pictures, right? Because I only have 2 hands and I can't type all this in. I have no assistant tonight. That's another reason I'm so tired. You can take a picture of these 2 right here. The Defined Dish, excellent cookbook. I just bought this for my dad and Anita. Actually, I don't know when, but I did. This is great. And what the beauty of this book is, it says in it, if it is gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, Whole30, grain-free, tells you how long it takes to cook it. I mean, so this is an excellent cookbook. This is Alex Snodgrass, and I would love to have her on here. This is excellent. This is excellent. And then you want to know my favorite old cookbook? And I still have the same. It's a shame. I should have showed you all a crock pot that my friend put in a yard sale. Oh, good Lord. Evie put it in a yard sale probably almost 15 years ago. And I still have this old crock pot from the yard sale. I should upgrade and get a bigger one. But this book right here, an old friend of mine. Now I'm going to tell you something. You remember when I talk about cutting out soul suckers in your life? Person who gave me this cookbook right here is one of the people I cut out that I talk about. And it says, Dani, thanks for trying to make me healthier. Love, so-and-so. She did give me a great cookbook, but she never once, she sucked the life out of me. And you don't have to have soul suckers in your life, by the way. This cookbook is one of my all-time favorites. The Korean short ribs, right there, page 365. The last little meal that Harlan, my dog, had a year ago this month were these Korean short ribs in here. That's not what killed him. But this is your slow cooker cookbook. 5 ingredients. Everything is basically 5 ingredients. Not much. Well, no, that's not true. I shouldn't say that. The big book of everyday slow cooking. Make it fast, cook it slow. I have used this book. I mean, it's dirty, it's torn, it's ripped. This is fantastic. This book, right? Oh, I can do this. Look, y'all take a picture of this. Whoa, right there. These 3 will get you going. This book is 100% gluten-free right here. Make it fast, cook it slow. And I think Well, I know that the defined dishes, if it's Whole30, and then I don't know about the 5 semi-ingredient home cookbook here, but I just go to gluten-free things. That's my favorite. Okay. Those are my 3 cookbooks right there. Now, what book am I reading right now that's rocking my world? People always ask this, so I thought I'd share this with you as everything fell apart this afternoon. This book right here. Now, I need every single one of you to say a prayer tonight and the next week. I applied to speak at our largest integrative healthcare symposium we have in the United States for us, integrative healthcare symposium in New York City. You all know this. I've done Facebooks from there for 10 years. It's my favorite show, conference and trade show. Everybody and their brother is at that show. Terry Walls. I mean, you name it, they're all there. The biggest of the biggest. Deepak Chopra spoke to us 2 years ago. I applied to be a speaker in February 2021 because I have a new book. So they do kind of, they like that when you have a book. But I have applied to speak at this continuing education conference, which is a big deal for those of you that don't know about medical conferences, to speak in front of everybody, right? So there's about 1,500 of us that go, but it's in breakout sessions on this right here, adverse childhood experiences. And I'm going to do another Sunday night service on adverse childhood experiences talking about mine, because when I did my last Sunday night service on this, I didn't really dig deep into mine for you all, but I want you to know, what are adverse childhood experiences? Adverse childhood experiences are things that happen to you before the age of 18. And there's a list of 10 questions. And the more you have of those, the higher your rate of sudden cardiac death, cancer, suicide, schizophrenia, mental health issues, heroin addiction, drug addiction, alcoholism. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Promiscuity. I mean, lots and lots of things. Anything above a 4, you really are starting to have issues. I'm a 6. I feel like I have beat the odds on this. And I never knew anything about adverse childhood experiences until just a few years ago. This book is rocking my world. Any of you, if you didn't have any trauma in your childhood, you are blessed. You're very blessed. If your parents weren't divorced, you're very blessed. If you weren't molested, you're very blessed. If you weren't fondled, you're very blessed. If you didn't have an alcoholic or drug addict or somebody who went to prison in your home, you're very blessed. If you never felt neglected, you're very blessed. If you never felt inferior, you're very blessed. I mean, these are the 10 things that go on. I'm going to tell you something. This book is a game changer. I have cried through most of it. This is a pediatrician, Nadine Burke-Harris, who she's not the one who came up with adverse childhood experiences. That was Dr. Folletti. Every single one of you need to read this book, The Deepest Well. If you are raising children, you need to read this book. You need to take the questionnaire. You can go online, Adverse Childhood Experience Questionnaire. NPR has a great it's the same test, and you can print it off, or you just do it on there and see what your score is. Nadine Burke-Harris has a TED Talk. If you just it's on YouTube, and you can watch it. It's 15 minutes. It put me to my knees 3 years ago when I listened to it, because I was molested by my first stepfather. I had the crap beat out of me by my third stepfather, who, by the way, this weekend is probably another reason this has been a real hard weekend for me. As I was cleaning out my mom's closet, I mean, the final closet, I mean, the big closet with everything, I pulled out and I found, and I'm going to print them. I'm going to print them and I'm going to put them in this book. And I'm going to, if I get chosen to speak at this conference, I'm going to have them up there. They were in an envelope, a white envelope, and all it said was, and it was in her divorce file of the third husband, and it said, Dani choking. That's all it said. I was like, what is she talking about? And it was stapled to the manila file folder. And I held him up to her light in her bathroom, and it's when he choked me my senior year in high school, before I was 18, because I was, it was my junior year. It was my junior year in high school. Woo! I mean, it just took me back in a tailspin standing up there by myself this weekend. But I have them, and I don't know where the real pictures are, but I've got the negatives. I'm telling you, what adverse childhood experiences are powerful. And I spent a week at on-site really working through this. And not everybody can go to on-site, and I am perfectly aware of that. But you don't have to go to on-site to work through this. You just need to know what your adverse childhood experiences are and start working through them. And if you can afford therapy, go to therapy and hammer it out. EMDR has been one of the best things I've ever done. Now, I'm not perfect by any means, and I don't claim to have it all together, but I feel like I am really coming full circle with the abuse that I went through as a child that, most people never knew anything about, because you know what we did in my household? We swept every single bit of it under the rug. When Jim, she was married to 2 Jims, when he molested me that night, and multiple times, but the police came that night, everything was swept under the rug. Nothing was ever said about it ever again. When it happened, with the third husband, same thing. Nothing was ever talked about. Grandparents knew about it. Several people knew about it. That's not healthy. And I am sorry if you went through anything like that in your life. I am sorry, but I also hear you. I see you. I know you. And I am telling you, I am sorry that for the first 7 or 8 years of my practice, I didn't know about adverse childhood experiences. Vanderbilt, $300,000 in education, never once mentioned adverse childhood experiences to my class. And I'm sorry, we've missed the boat. Many of us have. Many of your chronic lifestyle diseases, your depression, your anxiety, lots of things going on with you stem from this right here. And I want you to say a prayer that I get accepted. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. The chances of getting accepted the first shot out of the gate are pretty slim to none, but that I get accepted to speak, because I've gone to 11 years to conferences and never once sat in on a full lecture on adverse childhood experiences. So I've applied to speak. They may or may not. They may not want me to touch that. Who knows? All right. That's that. I didn't mean to get off on that, but you know what? I feel like I've come full circle, and I can speak about my childhood now because I shut it down for so long. And I think it's a piece of my autoimmune disease. Well, of course it is, because I wouldn't have had all the irritable bowel syndrome and all that had I not lived through that 20 kinds of hell and a shithole of chaos growing up. I mean, it's as simple as that. And had that been addressed as a little child, I probably would not have lupus and, et cetera, et cetera. I feel grateful that I've not been in a psych ward. I'm sure some people think I should be, but, I'm just like you. I'm tough as nails, and we can overcome these things. You can't ignore it. You have to go through it. There's no way around trauma. Yourself through it. And I think I spent so many years compartmentalizing it, just trying to survive. It didn't do me any good. And I've hammered through it. I've done some hard work. I still have plenty of years to go of hard work, because my mom, she's a trigger for me. She's a big, big trigger, as is many of you have a mom who's a trigger, or a dad who's a trigger, or a brother or a sister who's a trigger. My mom's a big trigger. She was a big trigger this weekend. I went there fishing with her. They all went fishing, or some of them did, and she had some mean things to say sitting out there fishing. What? Who talks mean fishing? But she did, but it's okay. All right. This one right here, the Walls Protocol. Guess who's on here next Sunday night? Good Lord willing. Terry Walls. Terry Walls is my guest on here next Sunday night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. Terry Walls had multiple sclerosis. She was in a wheelchair for years, a recumbent chair. She's a medical doctor. If you don't know Dr. Terry Walls, MD, you need to follow her on Instagram. You need to follow her on Facebook. You need to go to her website. She has incredible information, and I've been wanting her on here for years. And I'm a little nervous over this one, because I'm going to tell you, this woman's the real deal. And I met her 3 years ago at a conference and sat right down where she sat by me. I didn't sit by her. She sat beside me. And we started talking, and it's taken this long to get her to agree to come on Sunday night service. So I need every single one of you on here next week with all of your friends, all of your family next week, okay? Because this is going to be huge. Order her book. Her cookbook is excellent. I actually just got this because I ordered it. I didn't have it. It's an excellent cookbook. She healed herself of multiple sclerosis, no drugs, walks like a champ, works full-time by paleo diet. And she eats clean. She grows many of her own food, fruits and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, this woman is something. And so she's on here next Sunday night. Okay. I forgot. Guess what's Wednesday? This Wednesday, I'm doing a Wednesday night service. I feel like a preacher over here. Dr. Bill Noah, Sleep Centers of Middle Tennessee, 6 p.m. Wednesday night. It'll be on YouTube on Thursday if you can't watch it. Sleep apnea will kill you. Straight up. You can't sugarcoat it. That's the title of it. Tonight I'm going to share it. Sleep apnea will kill you. Untreated sleep apnea takes on average 10 to 16 years off of your lifespan, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Bill Noah owns the Sleep Centers in Middle Tennessee. I've got a home sleep study in there. I've got to get it done before Wednesday. Oh my gosh, he's brilliant. He talks about women dying from sleep apnea, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, all the things that can happen from sleep apnea. And it can be mild. You don't have to snore to have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, silent sleep apnea, is the silent killer. Snoring is the loud killer. And he's going to break all of this down. I am so excited about this. Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay. I think that's it. You guys know how you can help me? ea@DaniWilliamson.com. I want to know where you want this book. This is my heart and my soul professionally. My kids are my heart and my soul professionally. This is a culmination of 55 years of life experience, common sense, practical medicine. My story's in here, all of it, actually. Yeah, some embarrassing things, all that. I need your help. I will go wherever I can afford to go to talk about this book, to speak about it, to be on somebody's TV show, to be in a newspaper article, be in a magazine article, a podcast, whatever. Nothing is too crazy. And I need you guys to tag Dani Williamson Wellness on Instagram if you share and all that, because that's the only way it's going to grow. You know, your publisher wants you to have a minimum of 10,000 people on your email list and all that, you know, and I'm just barely there. So, and then like us on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube channel, and review us. You know what to do. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys are wonderful. I'm going to get off here and go for a little walk and try to breathe. And I want you all to do that as well. Just breathe. You know, when I look back and I see what I've done the last 2 years, 2 years ago this month, my mom collapsed at home, and we did not have a good relationship. And you all know that. Those of you all that are new may not know that. We did not have a good relationship at all. She collapsed at home after, for several years, I had tried to get her to let me get her help and all this. I knew she had dementia. She denied it, and her boyfriend denied it. She collapsed at home, went to the ICU, and never came home. Sitting right here, I'm at my kitchen table right now. Sitting right at her table, she collapsed. And every time I go in that house, I look at there where she was, and I think, man, don't let that be you. Okay. Her home was a hoarder home. I've spent 2 years cleaning it out. No child should have to go through that. I didn't know my mom was a hoarder because I never went in her bedroom and her closets and her drawers and any of that. I mean, I didn't go into any of that. I was in the kitchen, the foyer, and the basement, and they kept that fairly decent. No child should have to go through what I've gone through for 2 years of cleaning out. Start cleaning your cabinets out. Start right there. That drawer right there. Open it up. Start cleaning it out. You don't need it. One thing at a time. Get in your attic. I almost died yesterday in the attic. I'm not even going to tell you. I've got pictures to share. It's really, really sad. And you know what? We're tough people. I got through it, as have millions of other people gotten through it. The physical hard work is done for me now. And now it's just time to remodel and do all those things. But don't let your kids go through what I've had to go through the last 2 years. If you think your family, your mom, your dad, sibling, whatever, has dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or maybe ALS, I mean, something, I need you going through. They may not know about it, but you need to go look through their drawers. You need to look in their bathroom. You need to look in their closets. I mean, there are obvious signs of hoarding, not just paths in a house, right? I mean, I don't have to have that. I mean, go take a peek in the attic. I wish I had of, because I've been paying for it for the last 2 years. And it's just sad. I had a court hearing this week with the judge. I mean, it's something. And I'm an only child and I could only do so much. She took me out of the will. She took me out of power of attorney. She took me off. I mean, just as everything. While dementia, she had all that set and I wasn't causing any trouble. Shoot, I was minding my own business here, trying to stay out of getting in trouble with her. And I got a certified letter in the mail one day and a big old envelope that said, you've been removed as this and this and this, while she had dementia. Shame on that attorney in Paducah, Kentucky for doing it. But, my mom hoarded food. Kimberly, I spent 2 years emptying hundreds. If you all saw on Facebook where I shared the 3-week yard sale I had, when I tell you hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of, well, this is one of them, mason jars canned, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012, just kept going, just kept canning more and more. Literally last weekend was the last weekend my stepmom emptied the last probably 50 quarts and pints out. Everything's washed and I sold most of the jars and all that. But anyway, all that being said, pay attention. If you have a good relationship with your mom or dad, then it makes it a whole lot easier than what I went through. But guys, I appreciate you. Thank you. I didn't mean to get on that. We're going to talk about, amen to that. We're going to talk about Alzheimer's and dementia and protecting our brain here this summer. I'm going to, and just some of the things that I've learned through this journey. And because every 66 seconds, someone's diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. And it's getting ready to be every 33 seconds very soon, not too many years. And that is a disease of prevention, because once you get it, there's no reversing it. Dr. Bredesen, yes, he has a plan who can, but for people who live like my mom in Gilbertsville, Kentucky, there's no reversing it, because she doesn't have somebody there giving her 46 supplements a day, trying to fix 46 holes in her roof. And so it's a disease of prevention. And this right here is not helping it any. Pop-Tarts, 2 for $5. Gatorade, 88 cents. I'm sorry. Thick cut hot dogs and bologna, 5 for $5. No wonder people are sick. I mean, we do not make eating healthy a priority, and we don't make it inexpensive. So know your farmer. I'm sorry, I did not mean to speak for 53 minutes. So, all right, guys, listen. You know what you're going to do? Get off here. Please, please, please go pre-order the book for me. Pre-order the book. That's huge. Review us right there. Pre-order that book right there. Please give us a review right here. Woo! What in the world's going on? Holy crap. Everything's up there. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. And I'll see you later. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'll see you next week with Dr. Terry Walls. Have a great week, guys. Move your body. Eat well, sleep well, move well, poop well, decrease stress, cultivate community. I'm counting on you guys tonight to help me. This is what I need from you all. Appreciate you.